Base Case Season 2, Episode 32, 7 Habits, Habit 7, Part 2. Sharpening the saw. I was talking about it in the last episode and how it was important. And yesterday, it almost got away from me. I get caught up in my teaching life and I forget to take care of my life. Okay, don't let this happen to you. But I caught myself and practice this piece that I'm getting ready for performance. And I just needed 30 minutes and I carved it out. I fought for it too. Then I found time for my workout by cutting something out and I felt better. And then I got the other stuff in. But like Covey says, if you don't take the time to take care of yourself, if you don't take care of your playing and your health and your family life, it will get taken away from you. Other stuff will get in the way. If you don't take care of you, if you don't sharpen the saw, no one else will do it for you. And when they take away your time for taking care of you, they, whoever the antecedent is, they will not feel bad about it. Lost your practice time? They're just going to say, he should have said no. He didn't have to do that. Missed your workout or your meditation time? She doesn't need to do that every day. Guard this stuff, man. The higher the level of production you work in, the more people want a piece of you. So sharpen that saw. You know, like that video. Fit the bricks in first. There will be room for the sand and the crevices. I'm strong on this because I see good people eaten alive by their jobs and not leaving time for themselves to produce and grow. Take that time. Okay, last episode I mentioned that Habit 7 had 4 dimensions. And in that episode, I went over the physical dimension of sharpening the saw. You know, the physical activity, the stress management, the nutrition. This episode, I'm going to go into the mental dimension. This is just as important as the physical dimension. They're all important. But I'll paraphrase Stephen Covey's first paragraph. We develop mentally and get our discipline to study from school, whatever level you reach, even if it's just high school or you went through college or whatnot. But after school is over, many of us leave that discipline of school and we let our minds, quote, atrophy. No serious reading happens. No studying of subjects outside of what Covey calls our action fields. We don't write, at least not critically, like when you write research or thesis papers in school. Not expressively writing things, you know, in a way to express yourself in prose that would help somebody understand you. Who does that? Lots of people. Or express yourself in a way that might help your own self understand you or a problem you're dealing with. I'll quote Covey. Instead of doing all these things, which would be good for us, we spend our time watching TV. Now, that's from a book from the 1980s. I'm going to append that. We spend our time looking at our phone, which is likely worse because it's in your pocket all the time. There's nothing strange anymore about seeing someone sitting in the hallway staring and scrolling on their phone, or walking and scrolling, driving past my house sometimes. And I'm glad for the invention of the phone. I can pull up music in my rehearsals and in my studio and play it to get my teaching point across. I can instantly find information or the answer to a question. But reliance on it can get out of hand, and it does. I need to read the book instead of the wiki page. I need to read more than one book on the subject to form my own thoughtful opinion, whatever it is I'm studying. And that's after I've thought about it after reading. That broadens me. And I can hear it right now. Here's the question. What does this have to do with being a better bass player? Everything. A broader mind. A mind that is constantly developing questions and looking for answers. You're going to be a more thoughtful person. A more thoughtful person equates to a better musician. Remember, we're involved in an art form. We have to develop as humans. I'll quote Covey some more. That's why it is so valuable to read broadly and expose yourself to great minds, not just music. I no longer solely read books about music and musicians. I like reading about filmmaking, which John Cage said to do. Check out the first season's episode of that podcast on John Cage. Covey's book. This is a great mind that influenced my work. Was it for musicians? I've only had one musician before I read the book bring this book up to me. As a musician, it doesn't have to be about music all the time. Give it a rest and study something else. You must have other interests. Studying film directors has helped me understand myself as a musician and teacher. And I'm not just talking about nonfiction, but studying great literature will broaden you as a musician. The Great Gatsby. That book shaped me when I read it as a 10th grader in Miss White's English class. Ethan Frome. Man, that book made me think when I took American Lit in college. Albert Camus, The Stranger. Wow, I think about that book a lot. Somebody was just talking to me about it the other day. They said that Charlie Parker could speak on various subjects. What a great musician. That makes total sense to me. That's the reading part. Writing is the other half of the same coin. Writing daily in a journal about your thoughts and hassles, bass playing or not. Read that stuff after a year and see what you think. I read mine. It makes me realize things about how I think and my processes. You've got to document yourself. Here's another one. Have you written a letter to someone? It says more than a text. It'll make you think about it. Anyway, the opening of your mind is another aspect of sharpening the saw. It is part of being a better musician. If you have questions, email me at phil@basecase.co. I'll talk to you soon.